Now on CoastTV News.
Sussex County joins lawsuit.
We can get started with challenging SB 159.
States should have jurisdiction over their counties.
The fight over who has authority on a controversial offshore wind project.
Millsboro's new healthcare campus.
I think it'll help out.
BB coming to the growing town.
Fenwick Island parking.
It's very hard to find a parking space.
One local business asking for a change.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Sussex County joining a lawsuit against the state, all over authority. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight is Sussex County government joining Fenwick Island in a lawsuit. It's over state substation laws tied to offshore wind projects. In June, Governor Matt Meyer signed into law Senate Bill 159. The bill would require allowing electric substations in certain areas. That's if they meet certain conditions. Here's why that's causing controversy. That bill passed by state legislatures overrides Sussex County Council's denial of a substation. Critics say this bill strips local government of its power, and towns now in Sussex County are fighting back.
The town of Fenwick Island first filed the lawsuit, saying the state should have respected local laws. Sussex County now backing the town. CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Georgetown. And Brandon, Sussex County Council was split on whether to join or not.
Maddie, only 4 members of the Sussex County Council voted on joining Fenwick Island's lawsuit against the state of Delaware. Matt Lloyd being the only member that did not vote. He said he was uncomfortable with the topic following an executive session. Jane Grunenbaum was the only no vote, followed by 3 yes votes from Steve McCarron, Douglas Hudson, and John Riley to push Sussex County into this lawsuit.
Senate Bill 159 paves the way for a substation here at the old Indian River Power Plant. A critical part of an offshore wind project, it essentially overturns Sussex County Council's denial of the substation in 2024. Fenwick Island Mayor Natalie Magdeburger says she's thrilled the county has joined their lawsuit fighting the bill.
If the state is permitted to do it in this instance, it'll be a precedent to do it in any other incidents that they can come up with.
Magdeburger says the bill goes against local governments' rights.
It's about the ability of local governments to have a say for the people that they represent and that their constituents that vote for them.
In Georgetown, Marcia Helper says it should be the exact opposite. The state should have the final say.
It's how our governments are set up. The federal is big, but they don't even have jurisdiction over all the states. But the states should have jurisdiction over their counties.
Sussex County's council spokesperson declined to comment on the county joining the lawsuit, citing the active case.
There are still many risks that offshore wind projects are facing right now. For example, in Maryland, a federal judge denying a review of an offshore wind project off the coast of Maryland. So the timeline for when these projects can become reality are still very much unknown. Live in Georgetown, Brandon Ferguson, CoastTV News.
You might recall Senate Bill 159, which this lawsuit is about, became a key part of a deal between Democrats and Republicans during the legislative session where it passed. This is why, after a holdup, Senate Republicans agreed to allow Delaware's $977 million bond bill to pass. In return, lawmakers delayed the implementation of the substation law. So that delay allowed the ongoing lawsuits involving U.S. wind to continue, just like the one we told you about.
On your screen right now is the area where BB Healthcare is expanding between Sheep Pen Road and Route 20 with a new health campus in Millsboro. Community leaders and BB Healthcare gathered in Millsboro today to break ground on the new health campus. It's going to have an emergency department, imaging, a lab, and more. The goal is to bring these services closer to people in Millsboro as the population rapidly grows.
Everybody realizes there's a lot of people moving into Sussex County, and with that there has been a shortage of everything, including medical especially. And anywhere BB can expand, I'm more than happy about it.
BB says construction will move forward in phases for the next 18 months, but as of right now, they don't have a completion date. All of this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how far do you usually have to travel to get health care?
Have some mixed results here. Let's take a look. 41% say 15 to 30 minutes. 32% though say under 15 minutes. 21% say over 30 minutes, and 6% aren't sure.
If you haven't voted yet, if you want to do that, go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app, and we'll show you some updated results tonight on Coast TV News at 11.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside, though, into Ocean City. Our first alert, Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams has been tracking our weather.
Isn't it a nice change of pace that we're not shivering as soon as we approach the door, let alone go through it? So we're going to continue this mild pattern, but it's going to create some more in the way of moisture, even fog tonight as we set up for a chance of rain and big time wind on Friday. Milford, 47 degrees right now. And we're looking at it staying a bit on the cool side. We started off at 25 degrees this morning. Instead of the teens, we started in the 20s, and now we're thankful. See, everything's relative, isn't it? Right now, temperature of 45 in Long Neck, 46 Milton, 45 right now in Georgetown. Then we take a look at the winds, mainly coming out of the west, relatively light at about 10 miles per hour in some isolated pockets. In Lewis right now, we're holding at 48 degrees, and we're going to continue to anticipate temperatures going to drop a little bit more severely there at about 38. Now, coming up, we're going to be talking about our main concern tonight is going to be dense fog going into tomorrow morning, before we have to talk about the rain, the wind, and the reason why we have a red alert morning for Friday.
The building that's home to the Blue Moon restaurant in Rehoboth Beach is listed for sale. The listing agent tells Coast TV that the Blue Moon's owners are headed to retirement and looking to start their next chapter. Important to note here, Carrie Lingo says the business is for sale along with the property, but only if the deal is right, as the restaurant owners don't want to impact their staff. People in Rehoboth Beach tell us the Blue Moon is really a staple for the city.
Its reputation as a place that was really important early on for the gay community, has been a long-term, really sort of fine dining restaurant that we always come to for special occasions here in Rehoboth.
The property right now is listed for $4.5 million.
The town of Ocean City announced free beach grass plug bundles will be available for pickup February 7th. The town says the bundles are for planting dunes along oceanfront properties within town limits, and they must be planted within a few days. Dune grasses do help fight erosion and protect the coastline.
A fire broke out on Ponder Road in Ellendale, the area you see on your screen now. You can see some pictures of the home now. The Ellendale Fire Department says somebody going by called in that fire. Good news, nobody was hurt, and no cause, though, that has been released. President Donald Trump will give a live address from the White House tonight. His press secretary says the president will speak about his accomplishments and possibly tease policy. The address is scheduled for 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will air it here on Coast TV.
In sports, DSN previews hoops action in the college and high school ranks. Delmarva Sports Network's Kayla Santiago is in the Wawa studio with more.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa studio.
Good evening, sports fans. We've got college hoops on deck tonight. We head to the Heights Center to preview women's basketball. University of Maryland Eastern Shore host Towson this evening. The Hawks are 6-7 on the year and fell in a tough game on Sunday, 63-58 against LaSalle. Laney Allen had a double-double in that contest, and Ashanti Lynch had 18 points. As for Towson, they fell in a heartbreaker on December 4th against Loyola, 64-63 in overtime. This contest just getting underway, and we will have the highlights on the final score tonight at 10:30 p.m. To the high school ranks, we've got a Henlope and South duel on the course. The Laurel Bulldogs sit at 3-1, while the Seaford Blue Jays are 1-0. And Laurel's 2 wins, they took down Delmar and Sussex Academy in one game. This year, Seaford defeated Sussex Academy 71-42. Head over to DSM Plus to catch all the action. To the mats we go, a cross-conference battle between Sussex Central and Stephen Decatur. Sussex Central 1-0 comes after a 57-24 victory over Lake Forest. Stephen Decatur is undefeated on the year. Match will be on DSM Plus at 6:30 p.m. Have a great night, everybody.
We're just getting started this evening.
The possibility of combining schools in Worcester County communities, which ones are involved, and what exactly is being proposed?
We're going to be watchful for some fog tonight, but the big story is going to be what's happening on Friday. But as far as tonight is concerned, we will drop to near freezing, but we're going to warm back up and get ready for that rain and that wind going into the weekend.
But first, a lot in Fenwick Island may soon be a new place for parking. A local business asking for the change when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Surf Bagel had its first summer in Fenwick Island this year, leading to long lines and, according to the president, parking problems.
Now Surf Bagel is asking the town for a rule change. They say it could help fix the issue.
Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe is live there in Fenwick Island. Kevin, an empty lot right now is next to Surf Bagel.
Maddie, Charlie, we're standing on the plot of land in question. And as of right now, no cars can park here, even if the property owner gives the business a green light. Now that's something the president of Surf Bagel is trying to change. Eunice Carpatella has lived in Fenwick Island for more than a decade. She loves the coastal town, but she says the same problems do pop up every summer.
It's very hard to find a parking space.
This was Surf Bagel's first year operating in Fenwick Island. And according to Matt Patton, the president of the company, the 29 parking spots aren't enough to keep up with the demand for their freshly made food. Some customers taking matters into their own hands, parking illegally and racking up tickets.
It's constantly busy, even if in off-season. I was just there the other day and parking was tight.
But the solution might be right next door. Patton has asked the town if the underdeveloped land next to the business could be used for additional parking. That will be discussed during Friday's Charter and Ordinance meeting. Right now, it's a no-go. Unimproved land cannot be used for parking anywhere in town. But according to the mayor, the town is exploring their options, specifically for underdeveloped lots in the commercial district.
If it's a lot that's sitting unused, I'm all in favor for it, just as long as we do so responsibly.
As the long lines and packed parking lots continue, what to do with the lot next door is up for debate. But the owners for the Surf Bagel hope the town sides with them, so they can print more of these tickets instead of those tickets. Now, according to the Fenwick Island mayor, if changes are made and cars are allowed to park here, the business would first have to make an agreement with the property owner. Then they'll have to send a request to the town council for review. I'm Kevin Zappe, live in Fenwick Island, Coast TV News.
Coming up next, Paul Williams in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with your full forecast after this.
Before we get into the minutia of the forecast, I want to encourage you to pull out your phone and scan the QR code right here in the corner that I'm showing you here, because we have a red alert day for Friday morning. And so you need to scan that QR code so you can get our latest app. And if you already have our app, scan it again anyway, because we update our app on a consistent basis. Yeah, Friday's going to be a not so great Friday morning to work, okay? Or outside of whatever you do on Fridays. In Lewis, we're at 47 degrees right now. We will drop down to 38 as early as 10 o'clock with scattered cloud cover in place. Temps right now in the 40s, with the exception being Lewis right now holding at 51 degrees. But we're at 45 Long Neck, 49 Bethany Beach. Oh, it's a little cooler in Ocean Pines right now at 38 cool degrees. And it feels like that there right now, but it feels like 47 in Millsboro at this hour. Winds are going to play the first primary concern in our going into that first alert morning, that red alert day. So wind advisory has now been issued for Lewis, Midway, and the inland areas. Dewey Beach also included. Now this is also inclusive of places, Camp Barnes Road, Bayville, Fenwick Island, Ocean Park Lane, South Bethany, Ocean View. This is in effect for really Friday going into Saturday because of the storms. Now the same concern we have out in the ocean because we have a gale wind warning. Now, the inland areas here, that's about 30 to 35 mile per hour winds, approximately. When we say gale wind warning, we're talking about gale force winds at 45, possibly 50 miles per hour. And we have a gale wind watch from Ocean City down towards Chincoteague. The difference between the two, 45 mile or the 50 here, 30 to 35 mile per hour winds here. Either place, really, really breezy. And we have that same concern on the other side of the peninsula. Trough is going to slide through, but that's not our trigger mechanism. We're going to have more in the way of that on Thursday night going to Friday. Winds are a concern for us. Winds are relatively light for right now, but as you take a look at our forecasting map, we're looking at winds out of the southeast by 12 midnight, just after that Friday. But look at how they shift out of the west, and then they really take off flying by the time we get to Friday afternoon and evening, up to like 45 to 50 mile per hour winds. So tomorrow we kind of hold serve before all the rockiness starts. 56 for the high on Lewis and Georgetown, 56 for the high Vienna. We're looking for 58 for the high in Snow Hill. And so we're pretty clear for Thursday. Now, as we go into Friday, that's when we start seeing isolated cells push through. And the amount of rain that we're calling for is up to 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So we'll be mindful and watchful of that. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Like I said, Thursday, we kind of hold serve, okay? Thursday night going into Friday morning, that's when the storms hit. That's why it's a morning red alert day. And then Saturday, notice how we go from 61 all the way down to 36. And it's a backwards day in that Friday we're going to be warm in the morning and colder as we progress throughout the day.
Thank you, Paul. The Worcester County School Board is exploring the idea of combining all schools in Pocomoke and Snow Hill. A commissioner cited low enrollment numbers and a growing cost to build and maintain schools. Now, if this were to happen, the commissioner says it would not be for another 15 to 20 years.
Christmas time is here, which means so is our Bless Our Children campaign. Our tree is full of cards representing donations from viewers like you that make sure every child has a present to open Christmas morning. We have an awesome card here. This is fantastic from the Ryder family in Bishopville. You see it has them with some llamas, it looks like, on a trip. Also some pictures in here from Yellowstone and the Chincoteague Pony Swim. Awesome here from the Ryders. They say we always watch the news with you. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Ryder family. Businesses can help by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. And if you want to help, send a donation in a holiday card, and we may just read it on the air. Send a check or money order to the address on your screen or donate online at blessourchildren.org. We have already raised over $321,000. Thank you so much, everyone who has donated.
The holiday season continues, and so does the return of our holiday house.
I love seeing all the decorations. Let's look at this one here. Jean from Snow Hill says, ready for Santa.
All ready. You got to make sure everything's set. Set the stage for Mr. Chris Kringle.
I love all the bows there. Thank you, Jean, for sending us your home. We want to see how everyone is decking the halls. Send us your photos and videos by going to coasttv.com/holidayhouse. We might even show them here. Coast TV News at 6 will be right back.
Ocean City, 43 degrees, dew point at 40, winds 10 miles per hour. We'll drop down to the upper 30s as early as at 9 o'clock, and we'll have partly cloudy skies then. Now, gale wind warnings are going to be activated. They're really going to kick in for Thursday night going to Friday. Gale wind warnings and watches, so we're looking at 45 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts. And we'll keep you posted, and be sure you download our apps. You can keep up with what's happening on that red alert morning. Patricia Karen of Selbyville, you're our umbrella giveaway winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line, sponsored by the law office of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. Your forecast is just a call away, so be sure you call 443-880-9100. We'll be updating your forecast on that line and venue as well. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Now, Thursday, that's what I'm calling that. I'm just kind of holding serve for Thursday. It's going to be another day, and one of the sales guys, can I squeeze in a golf game on Thursday? I'm not telling you what to do with your life, but it ain't a bad day to do it. Friday, not the day to do that. Watch out for those storms early Friday morning.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
Little golf. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.